Imagine the most powerful moment in your life, a moment so overwhelming that even years later you can still feel it. Maybe it was the birth of your child. Maybe it was the loss of someone you loved, or a sunrise that somehow changed the way you saw the world. Now try to explain that feeling to another person. You can use words, you can show photographs, you can share videos, but no matter how hard you try doing it, something stays trapped inside you. The feeling itself never makes the journey. Other person may understand your story. They may empathize, but they do not experience what you experienced. And you know this because when others tell you their deepest stories, the same thing happens in reverse. You receive an approximation, not the experience itself. This is the oldest limitation in human history. Words do not transmit feelings, they only trigger imagination. A photograph captures light, a video captures motion, but neither captures the sensation of being there. Every message, every phone call, every digital platform is simply a more sophisticated version of the same ancient problem. The experience remains locked inside the mind that lived it. But what if that limitation is not permanent? What if technology eventually finds a way to transmit not descriptions, not symbols, but experience itself? In 2024, a paralyzed man moved a computer cursor using only his thoughts. No mouse, no keyboard, no physical movement. A brain implant detected his neural activity and translated intention directly into action. It was a small demonstration, but its implications were enormous because it revealed something we had long suspected but never proven. The barrier between thought and technology is beginning to disappear. At the same time, artificial intelligence is becoming capable of decoding the hidden patterns within brain activity. One technology can reach into the brain, another can interpret what it finds there. If these continue to advance together, they may create something entirely new. A bridge between the minds. Today, communication requires a medium. Air carries sound. Screens carry text. Networks carry data. But imagine synthetic neurons woven deeply into the brain, not attached to its surface, not external devices, but integrated into the neural circuitry itself. The brain is remarkably adaptable. It rewires itself constantly based on experience. Over time, it may begin treating artificial neurons as its own. And as that integration deepens, entirely new forms of communication could emerge. Scientists have already observed something called neural coupling. During deep conversations, the brain activity of two people can begin to synchronize. Their neural patterns align across physical space, measurably, verifiably. It is not yet telepathy, but it raises an important question. What if this synchronization is not an anomaly, but the earliest signal of capacity the brain already carries? The Vedic tradition answered this question thousands of years ago, not as speculation, as observation. Consciousness in that framework is not something the brain generates. It is something the brain accesses, a field that the mind moves through, participates in, and under the right conditions can learn to navigate directly. The ancient sages mapped this from the inside, through decades of disciplined practice, moving inward past thought, past sensation, into states of awareness that left no footprint in language. Modern neuroscience is approaching the same territory from the outside, through signal, stimulation, and artificial neurons. Two directions, one phenomenon. And what technology may eventually do is to lower the barrier, accelerating that once required a lifetime of practice into something the trained mind can access with assistance. Not replacing the inner work, but opening the door faster. If direct mind-to-mind transmission ever becomes possible, the consequences go far beyond communication. For the first time, one person could truly feel what the other person felt. Not a description, not a memory, the feeling itself. Grief shared completely, joy shared completely. Understanding at a depth humanity has never reached. But consider what this means beyond Earth. The nearest stars are centuries away. Entire generations would live and die aboard in a spacecraft before it arrives. Children born in transit would never see Earth. They would only know it through stories, pictures, second-hand memories, unless experience itself could be carried forward. Imagine a small group of minds trained in direct transmission, carrying the living memory of Earth across that entire journey. The warmth of morning light, the sound of rain, the sensation of standing beside an ocean, passed not as information but as reality, generation to generation. 700 years in, a child born among the stars would still feel Earth as if they had walked upon it themselves. Humanity's home would not be remembered, it would be experienced. And that opens one final question, the strangest one. Perhaps where humanity is going is inseparable from where humanity came from. Could consciousness carry memory across distances we cannot yet measure? Could our oldest unanswered question, where did we come from, be waiting not in archaeology, not in astronomy, but in a layer of awareness we have not yet learned to read? No instrument has ever found the answer, but perhaps the instrument was always inside. The distance between minds was always greater than the distance between the stars. Close that distance and the stars become more reachable. That's it for today. Keep the light on.